All right. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
¿Cómo estás, mi bien?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to play some D&D then?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to play some D and also D.
All right. Watts, your question was, what could you find or salvage in the room? The answer to that question is actually very little. This room has been thoroughly tossed. I mean, there are even scratch marks in the stone, as if like somebody was trying to prize out particular bricks, maybe expecting there to be something hidden behind them or something. As far as you can tell, there was not.
Which map are we on?
The Amber Tower ruins.
Thank you.
That would make sense considering, well, we know that from Bob the Spectre that his boss had took out a loan, so the loan people may have come in to
Collect.
do a little leaning on him, like, you owe us money. It also might be why the teleport pad's destroyed like it is. They wanted to make sure no one could, well, follow. They also may be the reason why the next two floors are gone. Sorry.
Couldn't.
That's definitely a possibility. I mean, you do remember that that Ike did actually identify the lenders in question as demons.
Demons is so broad, though. Like, anyways. Okay, so nothing really worth of note in here at all.
There are, like collections of letters. Some of the books you can restore, and they seem to be like sketches or maybe like travel logs. There's a couple of everything's in Elvish, by the way, so you can't actually read any of it. But there's a couple of books that are very obviously like what do you call like a bestiary but for plants? You know what I mean? Like they're catalogs of plants. You know what I mean?
I definitely would pick those up because they're ingredient books. Like, this is letting you know, like, okay, if you find basilwort, you can mix it with this and this to give this type of flavor. So I would actually be interested in that.
Yeah. In fact, now that you mention it, it's very obvious that that's exactly what you're looking at. They're a catalog of herbs and a catalog of spices.
So cookbooks, awesome. So I take my book count from 24 to what number, sir?
Well, let's see. There are those two identified books. I mean, like I suppose that's a hunch, not an exact identification. But
Right. I'll put them
uh,
in the general stack till I can actually get a pearl.
fair enough. There is a collection of letters, which are obviously written by the wizard and his correspondents. That's not exactly a book. The most of the other books are like either you can only restore certain pages if you try mending, like pieces are just missing, probably disintegrated or otherwise destroyed. But there's like there's a couple of like sketchbooks. There's one that's actually you might want to set that one aside too. There's one that is a travel log for some place you have never seen.
Okay.
Like you can tell from the pictures though that it's like a I went on vacation here and this is what I saw kind of book. The region in question looks pretty though, very idyllic, lots of pine trees.
I'm gonna do air quotes travel log and spice and herbs.
I saw that anime.
They're making a new one.
I did.
I'm super stoked about that, not gonna lie.
As long as it's actually decent.
Right. Yeah, as long as it's by the team that did season 1.
Yeah, they have to keep the same kind of flavor because it's unique, and that's what I like about it. I mean, other than the Wise Wolf.
Right, and I actually haven't read the light novels that the new anime is based on, so I don't know if they're any good either.
Yeah, I haven't read
It's
any of
Spice
them.
Wolf, isn't it?
Yeah. I haven't even read the originals. I've only seen the original Spice and Wolf series all the way through. But
Yeah,
I remember that one being
the new one
depressing.
the new one they're doing is the sequel series, like Spice and Book or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
Spice and Wook.
No, Spice and Book.
I thought you said
something
Spice
like
and Wook.
that. Yeah,
God.
Spice and Owo.
No, Wook. WOOK.
Okay.
Lol. Anyway, yeah, I mean, but if I were to like waifu any anime character, it's absolutely Hollow the Wise Wolf. So only recently rivaled by the counterpart in Toradora.
Right, sure.
Okay, so there's the spice herbs, travel log, collection of letters, and miscellaneous broken books. Like, from what I restored them, did they look even remotely useful?
I mean, honestly, to you, they're random bits of text. You have no idea what they are.
I'd most likely mainly keep like the diagram ones, things that I could kind of guesstimate what they were.
Okay. Why don't you put that then as 3 partial textbooks? Let's call them textbooks. That'll work.
While he's looking through those, I'm going to be looking through some of them to see if any of them is indicative of like a wizard spell.
I have that one.
Oh, you got that one? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is one, but Watts has it.
And that's
Okay.
how I'm a wizard. It's how I became a wizard.
Right. Okay.
It's literally
never
about the
mind.
gastromancy. I'm not able to fully learn everything in here just yet. Give me time. I feel like once I'm actually really to grasp it, we could be sitting there with completely nothing. I'll be able to make us a meal, and it'll feed us. This magic is very cool. Sorry.
Okay. So I can get your potions brewed with your help and some mending on his equipment. Probably in about, let's call that 6.5 hours.
Okay.
When he's done, that will give you each, I guess, let's say 3 doses of fungicidal potion.
Can you burn these like an oil in order to get more out of them?
No, they're for drinking, he says.
Can you add those to our inventory?
Yeah, can you not?
Oh, I can, but you know what the weight is and stuff.
Oh, just call him a pound. Just get, 1 pound, 3 charges.
How many potions were there again?
1 each, but they've got 3 doses in them.
Sweet, 1 each.
Like that snipe?
Where is it?
I put over in my equipment since they were potions. Is that not where I'm supposed to put them?
No, that's fine. I don't see it in your inventory list though.
It's in my pouch. Check next to belt.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I see it. Yeah, perfect, man.
I try to keep my inventory sorted because, well,
Yeah, once you have a bag of holding alike, your inventory can become a complex issue.
a little bit. It's not even I'm thankful for it, but it's not the good bag of holding.
Right. It's not actually a bag of holding. It's an item box.
Right. I need to get one that I can dedicate to cooking supplies. You can never have too much room for cooking supplies.
Man, these dice roll high.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, sir.
I guess it depends on what's being rolled.
Yeah, my jerk reaction is like that's a bad thing. You understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Why are we drinking antifungicidals?
I'm not.
You guys are going to go investigate that cave because you realized that cave and your pustule are, at least approximately in the same location.
And we
Sure,
don't want to go in
I'm
there
just
and
watching. I'm watching Neuro's stream, and he was playing around with this thing that said "drink antifungatoxin" or some shit.
Right. You're supposed to add the potion to your inventory.
Me too.
Yeah, everybody.
God damn.
One for each.
Okay, how do I do that?
Go to the inventory tab of your character sheet.
Yep, I'm there.
All right. Then do you see the little green plus on the equipment header?
I do.
Click that. It should add a blank line. In the name, call it fungicidal potion.
Got it.
In the weight, put 1.
God damn it. Hold on.
It's fine.
There's no undo. Motherfucker.
You don't need to undo anything. Just put a 1 in the weight.
No, I know. I did the thing. I did the typing. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at your character sheet.
Okay, I got it. But I mean, what's the thing that has number 1 in the name up here at the top? That's 0.3 weight. What even is that, and how'd that happen?
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. It's not one of my weapons. It's not my armor.
What's missing? You're a paladin, right? It's your holy symbol.
Oh, thanks. Shit.
Do you remember what it was?
I don't believe I ever told you, and I don't think I've ever decided.
That makes sense.
But but that's because I wasn't a paladin because I wanted to be a paladin. I was a paladin because I thought that's the thing that
Right. So are they like prayer
Panic.
beads?
right? Yeah, I think it's like what a Buddhist wears around their wrist.
Right.
That or the big ones they wear around their neck, or like something like that. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing
Actually,
is
shit.
it's a
I
role playing
think,
game, so that's what it is.
well, if you look at Jory's figure that I made on Hero Forge,
Yeah.
he wears those big red like fist sized bead neck. He has a necklace made of those
Right. Yep.
giant ass.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Totally.
But really, have you watched The House yet?
I don't think so. Don't know what that is.
On Netflix, there's a show called The House.
I don't have the Netflix.
Oh, okay. It's you can probably find it in the world somewhere. Anyway, it's called The House. It's a stop motion set of 3 stories that all take place in the same building. It's strange. If there's an allegory, I don't know that I caught all of it, but the third act, all the people are essentially they're cat people, right? They're all anthropomorphic cats.
Gotcha.
And one of them is this like standard like peace and love guru who lives in a yurt on the outside porch of the house.
Gotcha.
And you were like, play a character you've never played before. And I had just finished watching this 3-part show and seen that part. And I was like, all right, I'll be that guy, only a rabbit.
That's pretty funny.
But then you switch, you flip the script on us, and now I'm actually just me in the body of that guy, only a rabbit.
Right.
Which is fun and cool, but
Totally. Okay. So his work complete. Ike kind of looks around and says, "Well, it's all the same to you. I feel like I'm, fucking done, right? So you were gonna do a thing?
Yep.
Yep. Just
That's a religion roll, isn't it? Or just
no, it's
consume
just a
an hour.
spell.
Yeah, it's just a spell. And because you have all the holy water, you don't need the silver.
So
Awesome.
I would ask him before we do this. I bet we could get the church to reincarnate you in whatever sort of body you want. Would you actually want to try living again, or you're pretty much done with the world?
He thinks about it for a second. And then he nods kind of to himself. And he says, Nah, I'm done.
Alright, that's understandable. Well, we will get the ceremony started then.
nowadays we call that a celebration of life.
Wait. Before you go, do you know if there are any like good ingredients left or hidden away?
He says, the only thing I can think of would be whatever's left in that cave.
Like good ingredients, though. Like,
Oh, yeah, definitely in that cave. He sort of like nods like he gets what you're saying.
That's the good shit in there.
Did this place have a cellar to it, or was it just the tower?
Just the tower. The cave was kind of our cellar, so to speak.
Gotcha.
what? You said you went to a school?
Yeah, I'm imperially trained.
Can I have your name or something? Like you might have some debts or something. I might want to, send in a death will or warrant or something. Open and access any
From
kind of,
1200 years ago?
I don't know, man. Interest from a 1,200-year-old bank account? Imagine all the
laughs.
gold that's been piling up.
Yeah, he laughs and he says, "It's Icon Falander. Good luck. I'm pretty sure I died owing people money."
It's good to keep on a note.
God. Okay. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
In case you wanted to make a note of it.
I have been making.
Does that empire even still exist?
Icon Falander. Check to see if has assets.
Well, do you ask him what empire it was?
Yes.
Yeah, he says, yeah, it was the Galandiric Empire. The only empire.
Galandiric.
What empire are we a part of? I totally kind of just glazed over that. I'm gonna roll insight to see if I know.
Was it insight or would that be a history check?
Actually, insight would work in this particular case, though history would work in the general case. Though not for you, YOLO. Yeah, so you remember, Watts, that the priest dude, the priest dude
I
mentioned
didn't read this module.
that there is a kingdom of Galander, which would be the closest thing. And in fact, as you try to access your historical knowledge, you realize that the Galandiric Empire was basically the power on this continent for over 1,000 years, but was ultimately brought down after the first onslaught, after the Devil's Maw opened, by the military of the Empire, who felt that the Emperor basically had hamstrung them, so they were unprepared for the onslaught.
We're actually
And
in the
so,
Galandar Kingdom, aren't we?
Coup.
right. So what remains is not the Galandiric Empire, though it does retain the name Galander, and is in fact kind of like the Galandiric Empire Haters Club. In that it was literally founded by the people who were like, "This empire's bullshit. We could do better."
Gotcha. Okay. Well, in that case, let's get you some rest, my friend. And I wish you the best of luck in your next life.
Right on.
Ooga ooga chaka.
Right. So you perform the ritual, and he starts to go even more and more transparent. YOLO. Just as he's about to vanish completely, he turns to you, and he says, "Right, there's one more thing you need to know about that," and then he fades out.
So I was actually the Ooga
don't worry,
Chaka song while he said that. So I stopped at God knows what you're doing to me, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you need to know about the," and I'm like, "Fuck."
Most likely, it's I'll help you look through the cave. We got to find the good spices. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's kind of obvious, dude. I want the spices myself, though I'll take the other ones. Okay, so we have a destination.
Yep.
What's the plan?
Storming the storming the place.
What map are we on next?
The area map.
Yeah, I do want to go back down into the tunnels because
map of the world? Question mark.
Oh, map of the world?
Question mark.
That is the proper map if you guys want to be back there. Alternately, you can go back to the tunnels if that was what you wanted to do.
Was there something you guys wanted to do in the tunnels in particular?
Oh,
Just
he mentioned that it was a location for the pumps for the fountain, and I was wondering if there was anything down there that I'd like to just go back down there because there might be some supplies that we could possibly use in our circumstances. Also, Mr. DM, I'm missing 2 items, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dude Meister said that there are resources down there, and also that might be the source of at least where some of this fungus that's at least demon in origin now, like we know for sure.
Right. It was 2 of the things that I repaired in this room, the brewer's items.
Oh yeah, you're right. The retort and the alembic.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Those
Oh,
were in
hold
my
on.
item box.
Yeah, weird. I wonder where they went.
Not sure actually what to like. How heavy would those be?
The retort is probably about 7 pounds. The alembic is all glass, so it's probably around 10 pounds.
Retort. Also, if it's a glass retort, is super. What's the word I'm looking for? Fragile, hard to move. Alembics are generally. It's just the structure of the object.
How much was the Olympic again? Sorry.
It was 7 and 10, respectively.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
But alembics are more sturdy. Retorts are a flimsy piece of glass.
Yeah, they're like a shell of glass.
It's the shape. It's the way that they curve.
Right. The stress on the bend of the neck and all that.
Yup. That little bit.
Makes sense.
Okay, so do you guys want to go back downstairs and check that out, or do you want to go just straight north and plunge into the mushroom roomy den?
We must cleanse all fungus. My torch is probably far burned out by now.
I hammer the ground with my foot like a rabbit.
For sure.
And chew on a bit of like wheatgrass and look at Watson and go, what are we even doing this for again? Like, what's the goal here?
To clear out the fungus.
No, I get the adventure, but why? What's our goal? Come on, guys.
Okay.
Me? I want to.
You're having forgetfulness again, man. Okay. The quick and dirty. Do you want to live in a world that's going to be taken over and destroyed by a demon prince if we don't do anything, or do you want to do some minor stuff to make it where we can live here comfortably for the rest of our days? Because this is now home.
Yeah, I hear that, but are we fighting the demon prince or are we doing chores?
Well, right now
we're starting with chores. We're doing the intro quest, man.
All right. Lead on, McDuff.
Phalian, do you think it'd be a good idea to go back down to the tunnels, or do you want to head for the cave?
I'm not sure what resources would even be left 1,200 years later. The only reason why this place, and I'm guessing the other place, are still standing is because they're magic.
Right, well, they have a magical fountain, and that place still has an active water flow in it, so there might be some magical something down there.
Sure, we could check it out. I think there are just a couple zombies in the way.
Well then, let me pull you guys over there.
That's a tunnel question mark, correct, sir?
I believe that's what it's called, yeah.
That's what it looks like in my list.
Looks like it forgot our progress again.
Oh yeah?
That doesn't surprise me. They don't have a static save file.
You guys should totally get a bard to follow you around. A bard monk, actually.
I'll hire a bard. Okay, I like the idea of that. Need
The
another.
lights go out when I move. Need a light source.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, all right. Well, hold on. Everybody hold still.
Okay.
All right. So who's lighting up a torch?
I got a hand light.
Shit, that's right. Rabbit folk don't have dark vision.
Fairly,
do.
you're casting light. Is that what you were saying?
No. Create flame, the one where I've got a little fire on my hand.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, druids don't get
Bunch
light.
of buds. You said play something I don't usually play. I usually can see in the dark.
All right. Again, stop fucking moving, people.
Yep.
Right, I'm staying near Phelan. He has a light.
All right,
There we
YOLO,
go.
were you lighting a torch or did you not care?
Me? I have
I
dark
was
vision.
asking Verde.
Oh, sorry. I thought he had dark vision.
He does, apparently. I was just asking if he wanted a torch anyway, since you guys are carrying the wood.
I think we were saving the wood for cleansing purposes because of cave.
Sounds good to me.
That's what I'm doing with mine. Let me
I do
rephrase
not
that.
have a torch because I'm not lighting a torch, but I'm staying near Phelan because he does.
Oh, well, in that case, let me remove your torch.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't need no torch. For some reason, the undead can see.
What's dumb and sad is that I probably should. Or a lantern. I'd bring a lantern. If I can't see in the dark, why didn't I bring a lantern? Because I wasn't thinking about it. So I'm hanging out with Phelan.
It's
You're
okay,
used to seeing
Dory.
in the dark.
Right. All my characters always. Yeah, exactly. So, again, I fall victim to your bait and switch.
It's okay,
Well
Dory.
played, GM. Well played.
I feel similarly like WTF. How do my eyes work better?
Right. You're like, I don't remember picking dark vision.
I'm like, I didn't remember rabbit folk don't have dark vision.
Well, rabbits don't have dark vision naturally,
Rabbits
so.
are diurnal. Yeah, I know. Thanks for that.
I figured you would know, sir, because you're the rabbit guy.
Thank you for remembering.
Not just diurnal, but crepuscular.
You're right. I was going to say I actually have 4 rabbits tattooed on my actual person.
Okay, is it
Produce
okay for me to
flame
wander
is-
around again, sir?
Sorry, produce flame is 1010.
Oh. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like, wait a minute, this is a little short. There, that looks more like it.
There we go.
Keep a weather eye with that light there, Phelan. Turns out I actually can't see.
All right. Thanks for being patient, Watts. I noticed you're in the vanguard there. What's your intent?
Okay, I'm dredging my memory. Did we not go right at all here?
That is
I'm at-
correct. You guys
Okay.
never went down that hall. Or tunnel. A hall's a weird thing to call a tunnel.
Oh yeah, this is where I got my badass skull.
Right, that you were. I see him down that way. So if I'm correct,
My feet just skull codpiece.
skadoosh.
All right. That's reasonably stealthy.
Since we hadn't
I
looked
can
around
go see
here
something.
just yet. So it's going
Oh, yeah.
to-
It looks like there's a branching tunnel there.
Was this like around where the Blake was, right? From what I remember.
Yeah. You would guess it is directly above this tunnel, in fact.
Okay.
From where you're at, you can just make out a sort of like pulsing Icarus green glow. You can't make out like any details yet, but you're
Is
just
there like
right
any
at the flickering
movement
edge
yet?
of it. Well, the light itself is kind of pulsing, very slowly, but no movement that you've seen. No.
Oh, wrong button. Dang it. I will slowly continue absconding while waiting for my team to catch up.
All right.
I was
From where you're
curious
at,
when you were going to realize you were so far afield from the rest of us.
right. So when you get to right about where you are, the glow sort of resolves, and you can see a sort of like bronze and copper apparatus. But it's covered in green and amber like slime.
No, that's pretty common. If it's a copper or bronze, that's the green sludge is normal. Like it's just
Oxidation.
yeah.
There is no sound, so whatever this apparatus is, it is not functioning. I took that back. Actually, there is some sound, like because there's I call it water. It's like yellowish green, but
There's like
there
a
are
gurgling.
there's drips of water from the ceiling constantly hitting the ground.
So we have like the drip, drip, drip sound.
Exactly. Classic drippy cave sound,
Right. And I totally forgot to do something more before we came down in the tunnels. I'll have to fix that later. Because I don't think this would be the time to do it. Okay. Well, I'm going to sit here and wait for my compadres because I am not an army of one.
Fair enough.
What
All
is up? There weren't any really cool bone pieces.
Right. If you'll hold on just a second, Yolo, I'm not sure. There might be some slimes down there. I don't want us going down there, just the two of us. Or more
Slime?
fungi.
Fungi? I'm
Also, like you're wrong kind of fungi. Nice try, though.
They're right behind us.
Funny.
Let the light
All right,
seers
stop right there.
Okay, stopping.
backing up, so I'm in the square.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, you guys are fine. Yeah, so you can see, from where you are that there's a large, what's what I'm looking for, keg-shaped, like probably, the equivalent of like a turbine or a boiler or something like that, sitting in a large housing with a pipe leading to the ceiling, and that pipe is just coated in ooze. The whole apparatus is, though, like as well. And originally you had thought that may be, a patina of oxidization, but it's like Nickelodeon slime. Like it's definitely not just rust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all know what that is.
Yep. Okay, so by the
I was talking about
power of
you earlier.
Grayskull, I'm going to work some magic.
I'm gonna burn one of 10 holy oak branches that I have.
Yep. I'm going to move over towards the device. I'm going to prestidigitate it, cleaning a cubic foot and mending it. I'm going to work around till the device is fixed.
Okay. Okay. Starting with, I assume, right where you're at, where like the pipe is.
Basically.
Okay. You can definitely clean and mend the pipe. You know, and as you do, some of the dripping stops, and the pipe is left, and it's a pristine, like you originally, like I said, thought it was maybe copper or bronze, but it's some other alloy that you don't exactly recognize. But it almost has the look of like steel that's been anodized yellow. You know, like it's way more artificially copper than you expected once you've cleaned it up.
Okay, so it's more like oh, the steel that has the weird coating to it that changes its color.
Anodized, exactly.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just continue slowly working my way around.
Okay, which direction?
I'm gonna go counterclockwise.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm
Gonna
trying to
go-
avoid the goop on the floor primarily first.
Right, I assume you're not directly touching any of this shit.
No, not even.
Right, since the magic you're using doesn't require it. Yeah, so I can't like actually like physically remove them from the map. But you do manage to clean most of the device up. Certainly the whole like front of it that you're standing on and or standing in front of, and the pipe. As you come around the other side, however, you realize you see enough damage that there's no way that you're going to be able to like fix this.
Okay.
The whole back of the pump is blown out, and that seems to be the primary source of this slime. YOLO, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Oh shit!
I'm just sticking my smudge stick in places, and then suddenly I'm like, what?
I would not have left Valen's
Nice.
Valen's
Look
side.
at
Right,
that.
because of
Valen has the
Look
light.
at that.
since he's rolled initiative, I need to as well, right? Because I would save the
Correct.
Amber Ooze.
Yep.
Yeah.
At this point, everybody should roll.
I was going to say we should probably all.
Yoink. Also, don't forget to load your combat tracker.
One moment.
Also, the Spectre's still listed on the track. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Yep, I was just cleaning that up.
I hear the drums.
Sorry, I didn't have myself selected.
Yep, I like that leaky audio there.
Yeah, no, that's layers and layers, man. It's like an onion.
Do you want your original 12, or do you want to stick with your second initiative roll there?
I actually don't mind. Whatever.
Actually, it literally doesn't change your place, so it doesn't matter.
And I'm in the far back anyway, so.
Got it. All right, hold on. Let me restart combat here because it thinks it's in the middle of a round.
Also, it shows Joy to have extra damage.
Yeah, what's that effect about?
I don't know. I didn't do that. I don't even think that's within my power.
Yeah, I don't remember how you got that. I'm gonna remove that because I'm pretty sure that shouldn't.
Is it because I'm a cleric or a paladin or something?
No, as a paladin player, I can assure you the answer is no. Might be a racial.
Yeah, I don't actually have any idea.
Before I delete it, let me double check your character and see if there's a feature that adds that. I'm unfamiliar with your race, so I don't know if that's valid or not. Oh, you do have an effect that's not actually there. I wonder if that's supposed to be it and it's set up wrong. Yeah, okay, so you have an effect called Hair Trigger that is a racial. And it's supposed to add your proficiency bonus to your initiative rolls, which is not happening, I don't think. However, I suspect that that effect is supposed to do that, but doesn't. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go look something up. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what that effect was. Let me fix it.
This software totally needs some indicator of what is playing at any given time when you're switching between tabs. And even better, a way for me to rename each theme.
Actually, if something that would be fun would be if the bot could change its listed name as to whatever your main sound effect is being played as.
I'm
That would
playing.
be cool.
Well, no, I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looped tracks right now, as well
I said
as
the main
I'm
theme
playing.
series.
I'm playing 6 looped tracks right this second.
Right. I would think that you had have like one main loop that you've been cycling the most.
Nope. No, because these are like nearby drips, far away drips, water laps at my feet, wet floor.
Well, I felt like I had heard like a actual like music.
Oh yeah, that one's called Avalanche Combat Lower Key right this second. But I just segued from the drum loop earlier, and I have multiple ambient musics as well.
Gotcha.
I've actually purchased, I don't know, $75 worth of fucking sound loops and shit from Sirenscape at this point.
And we are not being funded by them whatsoever.
In any way. In fact, we are not sponsored or spoken for by Sirenscape. They know nothing of our endeavors. However, I've given them quite a lot of money in order to score our games over the past, 4 or 5 years. And, for what they're for, pretty great piece of software.
Nice. All right.
Especially
so
now that I can pipe it into the channel. That's dope.
I suppose you guys are waiting on me then?
No, I'm actually fucking with something. Give me a second here.
Oh, you putting slashes and Jory's
Yeah, I'm trying to learn.
Okay. Not a problem. I'm gonna go AFK for a much shorter period of time.
Right on. Yeah, weird. That ought to be working according to this thing already. Well, I don't know why that's not working, but I'm not going to worry about it. Welcome back, by the way.
Thanks. Cool. Let me know when battle's ready to start.
I believe we're ready.
All right. Well. I'm gonna use a bonus action to wild shape into a Deinonychus.
Cool.
Oh shit, we got dinosaurs up in here.
Let me
What do
pull
you
that
do
one
with
out
your
of the combat
torch?
tracker.
When that happens.
It stays on my hand. It goes onto one of the claws.
Your Deinonychus is holding the torch?
Yeah, a flame, yes. Now I can chuck it if I want, but I don't have to.
Alright. This just went Saturday morning for me, but it was already nearly there anyway.
Oh no, you don't know how ridiculous it is. You just give it a
I
second.
do. I inhabit a rabbit body. Yes, I know exactly how ridiculous this is. Oh shit, how did you get another token? What the fuck, you guys?
All right.
Oh my god, conspiracy for good stream content.
Okay. I'm sure
Deinonychus.
more than within my attack range or my movement range.
Right, but doesn't your other token go away?
It just did.
Well, it's still on my screen.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's
Phelan, right?
not on my screen.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at Phelan. That's cool.
All
Weird.
right. So let me bring up the character sheet here. And we
Crazy, I actually
moved
got stuff on my other screen, and you're right. It's
at
not
least
there.
20 feet.
Fine. Weird.
So we're going to make a claw attack.
Go for it. That's a hit.
All right. Not only is it going to do this, but let me ask, can it be knocked prone? Is it immune to prone?
It is immune to prone.
Okay.
Because it's made of ooze.
I'm going to attack again with the claw.
That is also a hit.
Did you just summon a dinosaur?
No, he turned himself into a dinosaur.
Oh, wait. My apologies. That was the bite. Well, bite and claw do the same damage, unless piercing versus slashing matters.
I don't think it does. Hold on. Nope.
Okay.
You're good.
And just so everybody knows, this thing gets 1 bite and 2 claws.
Yeah.
You're a velociraptor.
Like any Deinonychus would.
And 8 hits these things? Wow.
Yeah, they're just oozes. I say just, but I think they're actually like a half CR each or something like that.
They're just oozes. Hit him with some Clorox, you know?
Oh, that was a hit. Sorry, I didn't roll my damage.
Indeed. Nice. Still ticking, though.
Alright. That's pretty much going to be it for my turn then.
Alrighty.
Not the big old, like, Utah raptor.
Jory.
Indeed.
It's still a velociraptor.
Let me figure out my speed real quick. 30. I guess I'll just jam right up in there.
Oh, you know, that'll be great for a level progression.
And then off to Mall Town, isn't it?
Nice.
Nope, sure isn't. I'm like, you can't hit a ooze with a hammer, splat.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to miss anyway, but you forgot to control click your target first.
Sure, do I get to re-roll it?
No.
Oh,
Nice try, though.
I mean, but anyway, at these parties.
Yep, it like slips between some of the wreckage there, and so you manage to smack the wreckage around it and just miss the ooze.
For what it's worth, it's very animated for one of the first major combats where someone would be like, yeah, with their ball and have it just go bonk and hit the concrete and have it all.
I would say that's probably not.
We're on the what? You know, we're on episode 3, season 1 or something. You know,
Still episode 2, actually.
Not very much left up. Really, episode 2. I've got us as episode 3. Whoops.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, F2 probably, yeah. That fits for what just happened. Both of my rabbit legs are probably up off the ground when I hit the hammer hit the concrete, you know.
Right,
In
absolutely.
a big circle around it, like, oh, you thought you were gonna be tough, you're not.
All right, that your turn, man, or do you have like a bonus action or anything you want to take?
That's my turn, man.
All right, Watson.
Alrighty then. So the one I can see is pretty. I can tell it's got thunky pretty good, right?
Yeah, there's hardly any of it left, and it didn't do the slime divide thing, so.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing a raptor rip up an ooze in front of you, it's probably not the sort of thing that your earthly self would ever think you'd actually really witness.
So is it scaled or is it feathered?
It's feathered.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I want to chunk it at number 17 that you're engaged with and finish it off so you can go engage number 5. Or if I just want to...
Yeah, for anybody asking, by the way, number 5 is alive.
It is.
I don't see enough electricity for that statement, sir. You know what? Let's do it one at a time. So... Ka-chow.
Well, it's gonna have to come over to this side to give us some input.
Ooh, nice hit.
Well...
Wow. Hey, man, you got the casting part of that spell down.
Yeah, but
If that thing was a campfire, you totally would have just lit it, dude.
That said, you literally saw the words "resisted" float off the top of that ooze.
Oh my
I
god.
say,
I would
I
be so
say-
mad.
I'd let everyone say, okay, fire resistant oozes. Just be noting. I kind of
Actually,
guess
what
it was
you
going
do
to
is
be
you would go,
anyways because of.
guys, they're fire resistant!
Great. I'm
And your
glad
mouth
I
would
didn't
go
waste my
hot.
light.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that little tidbit because, well, I knew I should have tried to figure out that ice spell looking thing first. Dang it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't have anything else I can do, so ka-chow.
All right, YOLO.
How do you select shift?
Control click. You want to target him? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you just targeted yourself.
There
you
you go. You're good. I got no glass vials on me, so instead of trying to collect it, I'm going to scream at it.
That's a whip.
Nice. Okay, that will disintegrate the ooze.
Also, by the way, do I have 5 rank 1 spell slots? With a combination?
No, that wouldn't be right. You would only have 3.
Well, I'd have some from both cleric as well.
Yeah, but it's shared pool. Your progression for a pure caster, you gain the same spell slots as your normal progression. You just don't actually gain access to the different levels of spells. So you're going to be upcasting stuff for a while.
Huh?
So,
Aw.
like when you hit level 3 in any combination of pure caster, whether it's 3 levels in 1 or 1 level in 3, you're going to get the same amount of spell slot. You get extra cantrips for each one, so if you take, triple class like I did with the Strahd campaign, yeah, you're going to have a shit ton of cantrips.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have access to all the right number of.
Yeah, it's set up correctly. I was just rereading the rules.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be 3 right now.
Right.
Just wanted to make sure. I normally don't play spellcasters because of, no offense, fuck reagents.
Yeah,
Anyways.
at least 5e has
Almost.
the component pouch cop out, so most
Yeah.
spells is not a big deal,
Yeah.
I already have a
Basically-
component pouch.
Right, it's just
every,
the big
basically every
ones.
homebrew I've ever dungeon mastered also just does away with material components.
Anyways, didn't mean to negate you, YOLO. Are you gonna attack it?
He killed it.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
dead.
Oh, he's ringing at number 5. My bad.
All right, did you want to do anything else though, YOLO?
Oh no, that was it. I'm sorry.
All right. Phalian, you notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the slime on the pump assembly has extruded itself into a pseudopod. that is now flying at your face. Sadly, it slams
Critically
to the ground
failing.
next to you. Yep. All right.
Critically,
Well,
not critly. What am I? Critly sounds like a goddamn website for like tech recruiters.
let's see. Amber Ooze 17 is dead. Amber Ooze 5. Okay. Jory, in the space where you saw Yolo whip the last little bits of ooze into, individuated droplets, you sort of see what looks to your eye as if the ooze has like recoalesced and reformed as it sort of like seeps out of the masonry joints. It is in fact another ooze, however.
Slurp.
And it extrudes a pseudopod right at your balls.
My giant rabbit balls.
Yeah, dealing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Motherfuck.
dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage right to the scrotum. As well.
That's half my hit points for
All
fuck's
right,
sake.
as well as an additional 7 points of acid damage.
Wait, I'm dead.
No, it's just heavy.
No, you're not dead.
No, 7 plus 7 is 14.
Yeah, it says right now that your status is heavy. Like I can see. Like,
Yeah,
don't forget all the
I
damage
have
is automatic.
18 is your full
unless it is,
health.
I started with 8, and no, it says I have only 14 health. And
That's your initiative, dude.
now I'm looking at wounds, HP on my character.
Right, your HP is 18. Your wounds are 14.
Oh, because I had no wounds before, it just socked me in the nuts.
Correct.
So I'm at 2.
Right. Yep. And you basically just got nared there.
No, yeah, it's funny, like how realities affect realities in ways that other realities would never know. It's just layers.
Exactly.
Rotten and nuts.
It's like the whole
The
universe
metaverse is real.
meta.
Yeah, I shriek and leap into the air.
All right, and that is that ooze's turn.
Fucking ooze. You nared my rabbit balls.
Brings us to round 2.
right.
Dinosaur failing.
Let me. Guess that wouldn't work. They're not actually prone themselves.
Correct.
So who do I have targeted? Right. With this one, I'm gonna smack it with a claw.
Nice.
And a bite.
Nice.
And now that I've got its attention, I'm going to switch to this one and hit it with this claw.
That'll hit.
And the way that it played out was I basically kind of jumped in the air and came down, both claws hitting a different target, and then kind of got like a bite and spit to the side sort of thing.
Right. Yep. Nice. Tastes kind of spicy, by the way, like capsaicin,
Delicious. All right. I'm not going to try to intimidate them any further. I don't think they would be responsive to anything beyond what I just did. So that will be the turn.
All right, Jory, you're back up.
Okay. I'm gonna shit. I can't.
You probably shouldn't I mean, well,
I mean, maybe.
maybe.
So I'm gonna maul with the two-handed. I'm gonna two-handed maul that shit.
Versatile. Oh wait, your maul's two-handed by default. Never mind.
Indeed.
Cool, cool. Well, you got him targeted, so yeah.
And I'm gonna
That's
miss.
a hit. No, that's a
Oh.
hit.
Wow, that's an easy hit.
Yeah, they're 8s.
I'm just doing ooze.
That's
That's an
Good
ooze
job.
smashed.
Good job.
yeah. That is literally the exact fat part of the bell.
Keep
Totally.
your actually, I wouldn't be able to say keep your range at this point. I would say rah, 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 rah.
No, as a bonus action, can I back the fuck up?
Yeah, I mean, you haven't moved, so yes, absolutely. It's not even a bonus action. You can just take your move. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my move now that I'm not a target of our opportunity, and I'm gonna back the fuck up.
Right on.
And that's my turn.
I have a silly
All right,
question.
Watts.
Is there a cantrip for healing?
There are no healing cantrips.
Oh, I was gonna say there's cure light wounds, but that's level 1, huh?
I mean, your mom's the healing cantrip, but
I was
Yeah,
trying
she's
to
an
come
absolute
up with
sweetheart.
one where you would reverse half the damage somebody just took in the past round.
Oh, that would be like a chronomancy
you got
spell.
your magic card in my D&D.
Okay. Since it resisted that last time. Hehehe.
Nice. Bam, nice. I wonder what kind of existential dread an ooze feels.
Right.
How
if
does
anything
an
at all, other than
ooze
just
fear
like,
its
fine,
mortality?
fine,
You know?
nope.
I think it's very like binary sort of response. Huh. Well, that wasn't good. Well, it looks like Discord shit the bed, everybody. This is oh, this is unexpected. uh, we seem to be experiencing technological differences or something. Server just plain out right now. Is the only server on my Discord list that appears to be out right now. That's bullshit. Well, I guess I'm gonna try restarting my Discord. This is silly. Uh,
Welcome back.
Thank you.
That was sketchy.
There we go. All right. Yeah, let's continue this battle.
I see almost brought the bot back. He should be back in a second.
Cute.
That is working.
All right, I should be back. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Watts, you hadn't rolled. Oh no, you did roll your damage. Never mind.
Yeah, I had rolled my damage, and it did max damage. And I was making the comment, most likely its existential dread would be being put through a blender. Could you imagine how that would be?
Totally.
Fully aerated, apparently.
And that's all I can do there. So,
All right, YOLO.
I mean, it'll either kill it or it'll make it foamy.
Target that.
Battle music.
Yep, I was just reading something.
I have
dramatic for an ooze fight though.
I was gonna say I have a handful of battle musics. It's just that I try to keep them lively. You know, I try to switch around. You know.
Right.
And I'm gonna scream.
This one is technically
Recklessly attack without abandon.
This one is technically called Bugbear Battle.
Nice.
I have an 8-bit version of the same song,
Like chiptuned?
Yep.
Crazy.
as well as a bunch of samples. Like if you wanted to like chiptune a whole fight.
Oh, all right. And that oozes down.
Nice.
And everything falls quiet. YOLO, roll oh wait, you were reckless, never mind. Dinosaur Phalian, can you roll insight for me? Actually, I'll take perception as well if you'd prefer.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Is it still drippy in here?
Oh yeah.
All right. Cool.
Oof.
I'll leave the ambiance on.
would I be able to tell anything with my direction?
Hold on. Let me see. What can you see? Yeah, actually, you could probably catch the edge of that. Yeah. Give me a perception or insight. Your pick. Okay. So as Yolo's whip smashed the last of the the amber ooze, kind of like a boot slapping into a puddle at the speed of sound. You see a piece of the pump sort of like fall off the edge of it as it gets jostled by the impact. And you realize that the light that you're seeing is very clearly being cast by some fist-sized, from your eye, it looks like it could be like literally a light bulb, but like some fist-sized point of light in the inside of that big canister there.
I'll stick my hand in it. Do you need me to stick my hand in it, Chef?
Let me. It's right here, right? Is where we're seeing it.
Yeah.
Is it still pretty gooped over, or not so much?
Not so much. I mean, like so here's the thing. You from where you are, you realize that the corner has basically been struck off. It was already corroded away, and so there's like a let's call it cantaloupe-sized, corroded rent in the corner of this vessel, which you realize now is the body of the pump, because you can clearly see inside that there are paddles that would have moved liquid through it when it was working. Between those paddles, though, is this bright, shining green. You realize now it's a gemstone that is emitting this light that you're seeing.
My mage hand is going to bring me that item. Because goop.
Okay, let me look up mage hand really quick.
I'll stick my hand inside there if you need me.
£10? Yeah, okay, no problem. Yep. Okay. So your mage hand returns with slightly smaller than a fist, like maybe lime-sized green gemstone. I mean, you can call it an emerald, but you don't actually know. But it's cut like it's a cut gemstone. It's obviously worked. It's not natural rock anymore.
Right.
And it's cut in like an oval, like a faceted oval. So it's like almost like football shaped.
Gotcha. Does my gut tell me if I should clean it and cast mending on it?
It seems pristine, honestly.
It glowing?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Huh.
How far is it? Is it like a torch size sort of glow?
Oh, no, it's brighter than that. In
Ooh.
fact, if I were to give it numbers, I would say it's 30 feet of bright and 20 feet of dim.
Oh, neat.
That's beefy.
Need to get that on a necklace for someone. Probably Jory.
I want to identify it first for, well, obvious reasons. Yeah, I'm going to throw that in my box.
Okay. It is not warm to the touch, just so, in case you were curious. So your gut tells you it's probably not like radioactive.
Yay! Interesting. Football emerald?
Yeah.
What kind of weight's going to be on that?
It's actually not particularly heavy. It's call it a pound and a half, like 1.5.
Okay. I so need to get a hold of a pearl. Is it wrong that I was hoping that this would be a pearl? I mean, you can't blame a guy.
Oh no.
Is there anything else of note that we can see from where we are?
No, that seems to be it. Okay. Actually, if you walk around, you can see that there's actually it's broken now, but there's a statue there of a proud dwarf ? I mean, you're guessing from proportions because it's like it floor to ceiling. It's big.
Right. Could I cast a little bit of mending on it to?
Yeah, I mean, you can't restore all of it, but you could certainly bring some of its features back for sure.
Right. I'd like to do that. Also, Phelan, are you going to stay in your dino form, man?
I heard that if you stay in your animal farm for too long, eventually you just lose yourself and you just forget to be yourself anymore. I read it in a book.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I'll do a little bit of repair on this to see if there's anything of note from it, because they wouldn't just put this down here for giggles.
Yeah. Does anybody know Dwarven while you're at it?
I don't
I think I
know
do.
basic ass fucking languages. I only choose the weird ones.
Actually,
Okay.
since this is a character that you were never going to play, it should have had basic languages above the unusual ones.
No, actually, my character was designed because the DM told me to make something I'd never played before. So my character was heavily designed away from usual shit and was the child of a cult and went paladin. So I have what are my languages? Celestial and Infernal, as well as Common and Sylvan, but otherwise, nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there is
Don't
a
leave me. Don't leave me. You have the fire. I can't see without you.
there is a series of dwarven runes along the like archway that you can restore with your mending and see. You don't know what they say.
Could I make a rubbing of them
Yeah.
or a scribe copy of them, basically?
That's what they look like.
Okay. Go to notes.
Something about Archie.
That's fun.
Okay, I just made it public.
Yeah, I was hoping it would paste the font. That's funny that it just replaces it with gibberish instead.
Can you make note of that elsewhere so you can tell me? I'm sorry, that's gonna. Okay.
That amuses me. Yeah, 1 second.
And if you take it as a dwarven version of leet speak, you can kind of make it out. God, that's horrible.
Oh man, really?
It's doing it to even you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna take a screenshot and post it in the channel. It's gonna be a little blown out because I have an HDR screen, but there you go. Oh, funny. If I drag and drop it, it pastes it back into the channel just fine.
No, that looks different to me.
Oh, weird. It's a translation of the translate. That is way more sophisticated than I ever expected it to be. It's like I ran it through Google Translate twice. How weird.
I'm Hatcha? Okay. I pinned it in that channel for later use, but that's weird.
It is.
We did some excellent bug testing for them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean it's beard proportionally stout, almost as wide as they are tall. Looks like they were holding a pickaxe, maybe. I mean, you can see the pickaxe is broken on the ground. But you're guessing if they were holding it or not because the hands are smashed. You realize as you're restoring it that like it was deliberately defaced. It didn't just decay. Somebody busted it up. But I mean, it looks like a dwarf. Kind of got an arrogant face.
Let me ask this: how long kind of looking at it
ha-
was the estimate to get it the job done. With each mending being a 1 minute task, like were we looking at taking a 1 hour rest here?
Oh, like you're asking if you can short rest because this would be the time, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm basically just gonna hang out in this form and rest in it essentially. And then
Okay.
I'll have my my wild shapes back.
All right.
History check. Do I know about dwarves and elves in this world and how they get along?
Yeah, absolutely. So the history in dwarves and elves is actually one of cooperation pretty much from the get-go. They were both created by the same god. Interestingly enough, on your display that you get from your history check, the name of the god is deliberately removed, like redacted. Like it's actually mosaicked more specifically. But like, clearly you're not supposed to know what that name is. But they were all created by that god, and that god treated both races as sort of privileged children, and they sort of grew up cooperating with the elves, sort of taking dominion over all that was green, and the dwarves taking dominion over everything that was beneath the soil.
Okay.
Dwarves are known as master masons, craftsmen, miners. Elves are known as sages, mages, druids, and master carpenters and woodworkers.
That doesn't rhyme at all.
Sorry.
I was like, it was so set up at the beginning. It was so just like, he's going to be cool. And then just,
Interesting.
The other thing is that dwarves in this world are very proud of their work and tend to sign their work in the form of statues like this.
So this was somebody's deliberate work, and somebody was like, "No, this is not your work," and it's like, we're getting rid of this."
well, I mean, like we do with those things from the South.
I mean, this also might not have been something that was meant to last 1,200 years.
It was deliberately destroyed, though. That's pretty obvious. The face was deliberately defaced, and the hands were smashed. Nothing fell on them or broke them or wore them away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this was some history suppression.
Jory, are you gonna use a hit die?
Yeah, I oughta, huh?
Yeah, it would be a good time to do that.
All right, where's that button?
Down at the bottom where it says HD, just grab that die and throw it into the channel.
Hey, not bad.
There you go.
Also, I can do this. If I also use, where is it? My arcane recovery. Could I throw a heal spell at him, and it not consume one of my slots?
Yeah, arcane recovery gives you a spell slot back when you use it, right?
Yeah, it gives me the first level. So
Right.
What level do you get arcane recovery?
level 1 wizard.
Oh, neat.
Let's see which one would be. And Jory's the only one that's damaged right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. And not the best of heals, but it's a heal nonetheless.
Appreciate it.
Okay. I think that's all that we can get from here for now. Let's head back out. check out the mushroom cave. That'd be the next spot to go, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
I'd be back in normal form now.
Oh, cool. Let me switch you out.
That side was over towards the
Ah,
house.
it doesn't save your light. What a pain in my ass.
Yeah, right?
The produced flame light is 2010, right?
It's 1010.
1010. Got it. Okay.
Interesting. Why do I have a glowy thing?
Oh, I might have had the wrong token selected. I'll remove that in a second. Sorry.
You're good. I mean, I don't mind having a glowy thing, but I'd like. Is my backpack leaking now?
There you go, Fairlane.
Thanks.
Do I see anything at the end of the tunnel that I'm in, sir?
Yeah. So the tunnel that you're in goes on for a long while. You can't actually see the end of it from here. But it's more of the same as far as you can tell. Heads north. And it looks like it heads north for like, literally as far as your eyes can see.
Okay.
We could check that direction.
Well, it's the right direction for us to get to the storage cave that was talking about, but I don't know if this will actually lead us into it or into something else.
It's the ones with the special spices.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to take us to the Spice Cave, but we should at least see where it goes in case there's any more glowing gems of usefulness.
Right.
Okay. So, if you're going to continue down the tunnel, this is the edge of the map. So, if you're going to continue down the tunnel, how far are you willing to go? And how do you intend to traverse this tunnel?
As carefully as we've progressed through the rest of the tunnel, and I'd say at a decent pace. Like
So, how far would you be willing to walk before you gave up? That's the question I'm really asking here.
If we look on our map, approximately how many miles away are we from the thing?
About 4.
So that would be a hell of a long walk. That's like an hour. You guys are fine with that.
Hey, I'm in.
All right.
Okay.
I am the restless undead, and I shall walk until my task is complete.
I mean, that's what, canonically, that's what the dead do, right? Walk.
Yep.
There's a whole documentary series about it, right?
Walking
Yeah,
dead.
something like that, yeah. The dead and how they walk.
Right. Yeah, it was a kinesics. It was interesting. Anyway. Yeah, so the tunnel proceeds the whole way. It is basically empty and, other than showing signs of decay, relatively featureless the entire way as well. There are a few things you note, though. After you've been walking for about 35, 40 minutes, the texture of the walls begins to grow damp. As you progress even further, it grows positively slick, and the floor becomes kind of muddy, like whatever dust has settled is like a paste now from this moisture. The air is also beginning to get thick and humid. As you traverse the tunnel to its end, it ends in what you would call a dead end, except that that entire end is covered in an orange, like slime, like a slime mold. You know what I mean? That sort of like veiny network of gross snot that a slime mold makes. And it's
Is
like
my
it's like orange.
is my new torch still burning?
It is still burning. And in fact, when you bring it close, I mean, to be fair, it would actually not be still burning, but that's fine. We can say that it's burning because it's interesting.
Yeah, I started burning a new one since the.
Oh yeah, that's right. So no, it still would be burning then. You're fine. Yeah. So if you bring it close to this material, it almost shies away like a living thing. However, it can only move so far. It's not a slime in the fantasy sense. And when you bring the torch close enough, it burns. That said, your torch fire also gets smaller the closer it gets to the more concentration of this stuff. It gets oranger too, like it loses some of its heat.
Could I use prestidigitation to maintain its size and shape and strength?
No. Like you could maintain the integrity of the torch itself to some degree, like by keeping the soot off of it so the flame has as much access to fuel and stuff as possible. And you can use prestidigitation to keep the fire going, but the fire, as long as it is near the slime, is always cooler than when it is not.
All right, I have 9 more of these torches. Somebody hold this while I do a little experiment.
Also, you can see sort of like in the ceiling of the tunnel, where the slime, like this slime still covers all of it, but you can see that this slime has come through another one of the grates, kind of like you saw on the other end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And so this slime has been intruding from above.
So, is the anti-fungicide or the antifungal medicine, is that something we're supposed to take as a preparatory or supposed to take as a remedy?
I suggested that you take it before you go in. So that
Okay.
implies it was prophylactic. He didn't actually say, though.
All right, guys, we should probably take a chug right now. As soon as we get through this thing, a big old cloud of spores is coming at us.
Tastes like my Lanta.
Tastes like your mother land.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm going to stop all pretend breathing.
Okay.
Yep. And I might drink like a third of the fungicide, but I want to try to use a little bit of it on my weapons, so I can splash it about the place.
Okay. It's not an oil. It's more like an alcohol.
Oh, so it's flammable, even better.
Yeah, it's absolutely flammable for that matter. But it's not going to stay on your weapon. Well, you have a whip. I guess you could soak the tip in it.
Actually, I have a better idea. I want to pull out one of the barrels of holy water and splash a ladle of it on the stuff.
Well, that's
On
an
the
even better
slime?
idea.
What was that?
I mean, I'm undead, but I might as well try to keep the fungus at bay as much as possible. I just drank the whole thing. I forgot we had the holy water.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to splash holy water on the thing or rub it on in some way that it will affect the stuff because we know it melts the shit pretty good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right.
I soak my whip in that. Get it right in the weave.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So, you splash the holy water on the, some part of the, let's call it slime waterfall, I guess. Column of slime. Maybe that's better. Slime wallpaper. I don't know. The conglomeration of snotty slimeness. Wow, that's a pretty far away target, man. And it sizzles and bubbles like it's blistering under fire. In as much as it's capable of doing, it shrinks away, contracts itself from the holy water. But it doesn't actually like disintegrate or dissolve. You would probably have to like pour holy water on it to make that happen.
Seems like the fire does respond. We could build a what angle is it relative to us? Is it like flat 90 degrees? Is it
But yeah, I mean like as flat as the wall behind it allows it to be, pretty much.
okay? I'm thinking we build the fire and kind of use blankets or something to blow it towards and smoke it out.
I'm always down to smoke something out.
I like the idea of that.
I mean, if you're gonna smoke it out, did any of you bring weed?
I'm just saying.
Oh no, I got some holy tree though.
Got
Mad trees.
more branches of holy tree.
Yeah. I have 5 large branches, 10 medium, and 50 small.
You know what? Actually, even better, if you guys want to smoke this out, I can set up my chair here and use my javelin as sort of a poking stick and keep the fire going. The smoke won't harm me, so I can keep it burning.
Do you want your chair to be all smoky though?
I mean, it'll just like embed like the sort of smoky wood smell, and that might be badass. I mean,
All right. Yeah, if you're down with
that's
that,
manly.
you're down for that. Sure. Okay.
Yep. So I pull out my chair, a good 5 or 6 feet away, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's pile up a couple of things here, maybe 3 each.
What? 3 small, 3 medium, 3 large.
I mean, I was able to carry 10 branches. I only have 9 now because of this one that I'm carrying that I just started burning at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, Phalian has a shitload.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
I would suggest you save yours personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
gonna put down like 10 small, 3 medium, and 2 large.
That would make a pretty prodigious volume of smoke.
All right.
Can you all roll insight for me?
I'm as blind as a bat.
Too busy listening to me getting high off of.
God damn.
You are not alone. Phalian, thank you. It occurs to you that one way that you could maximize the volume of smoke would be to use the holy water to dampen some of it to produce steam.
Yeah, I was actually IRL. I was planning to suggest that anyway.
Well,
Nice.
I already made that question. If I make a holy torch and douse it in holy water, do I get holy steam?
I mean, yeah, it would.
So it's not just going to be a poker. You're also going to be operating, I guess, the ladle and the bucket. We're going to be Behind you with the
Fucking Swedish sauna style.
I got a message.
Nice.
It's cool. You can just like put down a barrel.
We're gonna have the bedrolls up and open, waving them to create a draft towards you.
One of us might want to figure out or block the grate that's right up above our head too. You know, or maybe
It's
like
pretty choked full of shit. Like it's the to clear that grate, you would have to accomplish the goal you're attempting anyway.
all right then.
All right. So I'll use Druidcraft to get the fire started when we're ready.
Alrighty. Okay. So if you do this, a thick, pretty pristine white acrid smoke will slowly fill the space in front of and eventually around you. There is a sound through the smoke. All of this, honestly, is probably going to take you guys like half an hour. But like through the smoke, almost immediately and throughout the whole time, there's a sound kind of like have you ever over fried an egg?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that sound that like the egg white makes when the last of its moisture sort of, fries out of it. Almost like a high-pitched whistle,
Yeah.
That said, you kind of like lose sight of the slime itself in all the smoke. But there is absolutely, in addition to that whine, you absolutely hear the sound of like, oil moving across stone. So it's absolutely reacting. You just don't, you've lost sight of it. After about half an hour of this, the noise stops and there's just the sound of the fire.
Try pushing it down the hallway, I suppose.
Well, the hallway ends right where you're at. Like the slime was draped across a wall.
Ah.
It had basically slurped out of the ceiling and then down the wall at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, so it should have cleared it cleared the hole too, right? And we should be bellowing smoke out.
Slurp.
Yeah. In fact, one of the ways that you can tell that there's been some effect is that the smoke actually thins a bit as it begins to chimney out of the tunnel.
In the middle of the like wreathed smoke, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's clearing up. Do I feel any high? Any entourage effect?
No. Remember, you stopped breathing.
Oh, god damn it.
The rest of you, though, your eyes sting, and it sort of smells like pine sol air incense.
Nice.
Can we get through that grate?
Yeah, actually, if you look up at the grate, you can see daylight now.
I want to get through it. I want to go.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys got rope or your whip even, you could probably try to pull it down with a strength check.
I have 50 feet of rope. I won't break my arm.
And if all four of you do it, there's not even a roll. Like, I'm sure you could pull. I mean, it's bronze. You could pull it out of the masonry.
Let's bring the fire up. I try to toss it through the grate once we get it down. I haven't even picked.
Yeah, it's not
out there.
that much of a video game. It's a pile of burning wood. Like, it's not a singular fire object.
Oh yeah. I'll pick up some burning wood and throw it through the thing. Get the smoke going. Make an
Okay.
area.
Yeah, that's totally doable. In fact, of the original wood, the two large pieces are probably still present, so you could throw those up.
And then I'll try to lift myself up. so that the undead and the cleared area of smoke is the first people to go up.
Okay. Let me pull another map up.
We don't know if there are any like seriously terrible fungo things here.
Yeah, so, where should I place you here? I like that fire, by the way. Very subtle. Okay, hold on. Where the fuck is the combat tracker? Okay, did that share that automatically with you, or do I need to do that?
It didn't pop up.
Yeah, it would have been YOLO only at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so, should be pretty WYSIWYG for you right now.
Yeah, there's like a right hand corner here.
Yeah, so you basically, you know, that you've come up at the edge of the map, but as far as you in the world are concerned, you come up in like, you know, if it wasn't covered entirely in slime, you would call it a clearing on the side of, well, what looks like a giant mound of slime, but that you realize is really a curtain of slime draped over some sort of rocky outcropping, almost like a small hill or barrow, you know.
Yeah.
There is an obvious cave entrance to your. Let me see if you can actually see that. I think you can. Yeah, to your northeast there. Otherwise, it's kind of the forest that you've seen, but like incredibly slimy. You would guess that you were probably in, like, standing in the ruins of you know, another sort of like well housing or fountainhead that you kind of like the one that you crawled out of to find the wizard's tower.
Yeah.
But unlike the one at the wizard's tower, which was preserved, there's nothing left. The mold has covered everything, and you know, whether it ate the actual masonry or the masonry just weathered away in the years since, you can't tell, but it's not there anymore. But there's slime everywhere, and this slime is definitely thicker the further northeast you go. Like, it's basically pouring out of that cave.
Yo! I think I found another source of the blob.
This is most likely the cave that what's his face told us about.
Yeah, this should have been past the spice cave for as far as we went here.
Well, let's come up. We're supposed to be here anyway.
All right, so you guys are going to climb up, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fuck this shit up.
That should have shared it with everybody.
Got it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. There actually are no birds for what it's worth.
That was just part of the forest ambience.
Yeah, I know. I was just laughing because one of the things that typifies this particular forest is that there's nothing living in it.
Yeah, well, oops. You were talking
Even
about
the,
like
trees
fires
and logs.
and forests, and I was like, all right, forest ambience.
Even the trees and logs here, I figure we can just walk straight through and crumble.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just eyeballing them, you can tell.
Well, what happened here?
If this is the cave, probably be heading on in.
By the way, what time is it?
Oh yeah, fuck all late.
By about 15 minutes in there, as I can tell.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're going to do it tonight.
This is
No, it's
probably a
Friday,
good
yeah.
stopping point for what it's worth.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Cool. Also, this is technically where episode 3 starts, so that's actually perfect.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Excellent.
Very cool.
I mean, we're still technically errand boys for the church, but semantics.
Oh yeah, but now you've got a thing.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. I think I have XP for you guys too.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh yeah, absolutely. Not much, but a little bit. Here you go.
Yeah. Just
300 more points, and we'll go up. We'll be dinging.
Yay!
yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys are kind of close, huh?
That'll be happening here.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. Cool, guys. Well, thanks for playing.
Yeah,
Thank you for
hosting.
DMing, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I kind of needed this. This was nice.
Oh, I'm glad.
Definitely.
No, that's good.
Glad,
Definitely fun.
We're all here for it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.